best friend.
It's Madden NFL 23, and all eyes are on Jamison Williams. Always staying busy, he's your league leader in receiving yards. It's the Vikings and the Bears, coming up next.
Now, the good news is that the winds aren't as violent as they were yesterday in Chicago, but it's still pretty darn cold. To be expected, I guess, for December football at Soldier Field. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they come in off another victory a weekend ago. That ran their win streak up to 7 now.
And I think that win last week established them as Super Bowl frontrunners. They're playing with confidence and swagger, and you need that to go a long way.
Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
They'll start on the ground, ETN. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in Week 2. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. On second down, ETN once more. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. This defense for the Vikings, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you feel like you can. And when you look at this team, you definitely think that it is, because anytime you can tell your offense, just get us a couple of touchdowns, we got this thing locked down, that's when you know you're playing well.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Pulled in at the 24. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. McCarthy. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
The numbers on the ground for ETN last week. 19 carries, 74 yards.
I can remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
Room here to run. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the C's opened up for him.
Yeah, this could be a sign of what this defense is in for because, you know, all week long the coaches were preaching to the defense. You've got to be able to wrap up against a back like him or he can make you pay. Technique, technique, technique.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Toss left side for ETN. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Throwing here, Cutler. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. Will go down as a gain of 6. 3rd and 7 now.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Right side, Claypool's got it. And he'll be brought down well short of the 1st at about the 9-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll bring up 4th down. And this one is right through. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing the coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And you can see they're in 2nd place in the division, but they have clinched postseason football. That's the important thing. They currently have the best record among the wild card contenders, but they want to make sure they finish this season strong.
And isn't that the case each and every year about one division that ends up being the top-loaded division? And unfortunately this year, it's theirs. But you could spin it and say, hey, they've been tested.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
For a team who came in here on a healthy winning streak, we're seeing some uncharacteristically bad play thus far. And that streak is definitely in jeopardy if this offense keeps giving the ball away and can't mount a few drives of their own.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on 2nd down.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Handoff running left is ETN. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Taken down on the play by Aiden Hutchinson. $3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Back back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. To throw, Cutler. That is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Bears. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. And he's been throwing the ball up for grabs here early on. 2 passes, 2 interceptions. He'll try and rein things in a bit here as he starts again on first down. Now we've got movement up front. And I think this is going to be on Minnesota. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Still first down.
The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. This is Hines. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. That was huge after being behind the chains on first down to make this second very manageable.
Man, how much pride do you have in an offense on first down to get that kind of yardage? Because it actually opens up your playbook on second down. You can run it, you can throw it, you keep a defense off balance. I like that phrase, staying ahead of the chains, and they're doing exactly that.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The Vikings at 13-1 now on the year, and they come in on the heels of yet another victory. That ran their win streak, Charles, up to 7 now.
And I think that last win, that established them and stamped them, to me, as Super Bowl front runners. They're playing with extreme confidence, and you need that in order to go all the way.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. And this is a guy who's going to get some carries going forward. Picked up as a free agent just this past week.
How about fresh legs, right? We always talk about bringing a guy in.
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Jameson Williams, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Vikings have cut it back within a score.
Well, if the plan is to come in here and go toe-to-toe with these guys, it certainly does not hurt if you hit them with a big shot along the way, too.
That's got to give them some confidence. And the other thing right now, it quiets this crowd, at least for the time being.
Yeah, that is what is called the intended consequence of their actions.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Chicago offense set to get started. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after, either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They go play action now. Cutler. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Christian Harris there, finding his way home to record the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. He'll look to set up his blockers. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Hines. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
To throw. McCarthy. That's complete to the running back, Nyheim Hines. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
Now it's Hines. And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun, McCarthy. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 31-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. They'll run on first down. It's Hines, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball.
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Quez Watkins, 27 yards. And the Vikings have taken the lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here. So
with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Cutler. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Now Cutler to throw on second down. He's got the connection to Moore. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. Off the play fake. Here's Cutler. James has got it. Complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Eligible receiver downfield. Offense.
Yeah, you only get a 1-yard buffer there from the line of scrimmage, and he got downfield a little too far, and the flag came out. Cutler to throw again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first two possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their third drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. Offense back out. We take a closer peek at the dual threat back, Nyheim Hines. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And some room to work. And how about that for just running out the clock? The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Off the play fake. McCarthy. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over, then they get a chance to continue their drive.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Off-play action. McCarthy. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Looking to throw. McCarthy. The pass underneath. Here's Hines with it. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. McCarthy. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This will be from 49 yards out. Tucker's kick is good, and that's going to up the lead to 15-10. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. No reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on first down. He'll take the knee in the final couple seconds. Will tick by in his first half. So we come to halftime at a 5-point game. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. And, Charles, they got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger.
He's got a man complete. Touchdown, Vikings. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. Man, one play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Etienne once more. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
He had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Cutler now to throw on 3rd down. They'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he will have the Bears first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. Cutler will throw. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. So that one a disaster, a big loss there with 2nd down coming up. Now it's Cutler. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's James. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? A give running right, Etienne. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now Cutler looking to throw. And that's complete to Etienne out of the backfield. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Cutler. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Chase Young in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Here's J.K. Scott now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. Jamison Williams out onto the field as his guys take over on offense. Not a bad day at the office there. Maybe he would like the catch number to go up a little bit, but I think most guys would say 2 catches, 2 touchdowns. That's okay. I think
if the catch number goes up, we start talking about the record books because at that pace, this type of efficiency, oh yeah, I think I'd throw it to him a little bit more often. They begin the drive with Hines. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okwuegbunam. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. They run with Hines. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter. I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, pressure comes and down he goes. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. But found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied. But they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down. He's airing it out for Williams. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. There's a reason the number 4 was flashing through my mind when he let that one go. 3 touchdowns already in his back pocket. The deep ball's been a great weapon for him in this one. Unfortunately, empty on that attempt. On 4th down, McCarthy. And he comes back with one complete. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. Here's Cutler to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's James. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Now we're going to get a stoppage. There appears to be an injured bear on the field. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. ETN up the middle. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's Cutler.
intercepted. Picked off by Christian Harris. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, I mean, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner. And there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 103 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jamison Williams with a milestone career touchdown number 100. Joining Curtis Martin and Franco Harris at the century mark as he continues to climb the all-time list. And the Vikings extend their 4th quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will make this a 19-point game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. The Chicago offense set to get started. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a 4th quarter pick 6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner. And I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick 6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Back to the air. Cutler after the pick 6. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Chase Young picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. It's Cutler. And that will be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been now they've taken their approach to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Taken right around the 44. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10.
Jamison Williams out onto the field as his guys take over on offense.
Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting it, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
They go play action here on 1st down.
On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns. And it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
To throw on 3rd down, McCarthy. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that